We just landed a huge contract with the local rec league. So, in our previous episode, we completed the plot of land for the rec league. The owner came out and talked to me and said, "Would you like to be contracted with us to do all of our properties?" And I said, "Sure, why not?" So, I went and brought some equipment because the next job we have for the rec league is crazy. So we signed a contract with the rec league to be signed to all of their properties. So we'll be doing all their maintenance work, all their removals and things of that nature, tree removal, you name it. The best part is they're gonna recommend us to all their other clients and partners out there. So we're gonna have a ton of work. Now here is where our next contract is gonna take place. Now we landed this whole entire contract to do everything we can for them in this park, but we're starting with the pool. So the local rec league wants me to put a pool within this area. They don't have an exact pinpoint, but I kind of have an idea of where we want to put it because we have the swing sets over here. So I kind of want to give them room to build like a bathroom or something right here, and we're gonna put the pool right in like this middle. Now the new pieces of equipment that I did end up buying for about almost $15,000 was this case mini excavator because right now we don't got the biggest truck to do the work, and we got a mini bobcat excavator, a skid steer. So I'm gonna do my best to outline what we need to do right now. So change of plans, we're gonna use the tractor to give us the outline because the mini really isn't cutting this. So let's get our outline of the pool we want. So we're done with the tractor for right now. So we made our plot. Our plot is looking good. We're gonna cut this tree down, go sell it, go do what we need to do. Then we're gonna start seeing the dimensions of what pool they want so we can place it perfectly in the middle of this plot. So let's cut down this tree and get on with it. Now as we're cutting down this tree, we are going to use our mini excavator to load this up onto the trailer, and we're gonna go sell it and start our brand new project. Okay, now that we got the trees out the way, we're gonna move the tractor out the way so we can start digging down because we did get the dimensions and it's gonna look pretty nice when it's all finished. We miscalculated, so before we start digging down, we're going to fix our mistake so it doesn't look terrible in the finished product. Let's get started with our case and let's get it going. Now that we got one spot dug out, we're gonna switch sides and kind of attack it like angle at a time. This is my first time ever using an excavator, so we're still doing some little learning curves, but this project's gonna turn out amazing. So stay tuned and continue to watch. Okay, we made a little progression, but we need to get the little mini bucket in there and start pulling some of this gravel out the way. And I also need to go grab the dump trailer. So I think I'll grab the dump trailer at the end and just load it all up that way. But let's move this gravel up out the way. Now, for those of you who have a good eye, you will see I went back for a second because we don't see any gravel inside the bucket, and now you see the gravel coming out. This bobcat was an issue for me during the start of this, but we ended up making a tweak and fixing it later on. So stay tuned and continue to watch. Change of plans. I just realized I'm stupid. I got the tractor here. The tractor is gonna pick up more anyways. We need the mini skid steer for like the nooks and crannies, not this.
Now that we're done with the tractor, we're gonna hop back in our case and get back to work with the mini excavator because we need to get this contract done within 2 months, and we need to leave the pool guys that are gonna come build and install the pool. They need at least a month, so we need to hurry up and do our part so we can get paid.
Okay, I think I made a big enough path to get probably the tractor down there because sadly I was hoping that this Bobcat would have Terraform so I can use this Bobcat, but I'm gonna end up swapping this out and buying like maybe just an actual skid steer. But let's use this tractor and let's get back to work.
Okay, I almost flipped this tractor about 3 times, so we're just gonna stick to loading the gravel, moving it to one spot, and I've been in contact with the guys up at the shop. They found me, I think it's like a 450 hour, I think it's a Cat 259D. Don't quote me just yet up until we get there, but they got it for me. They'll take the Bobcat in on trade, and they want five additional $1,000 for that skid steer, and I honestly think that's a great deal because we can't even use the Bobcat. We can use that skid steer. So let's move this dirt, gravel, whatever we need to move so we can head up there and grab our skid steer.
So we made about 620. I also
So we came to sell the wood because the guys up at the shop called me and said, hey, come pick your skid steer up, it's ready. So we're heading up there now.
So we made it back to the shop because they're buying this back from me, giving me about 5 grand back, and we're gonna add another 5 grand to buy this used 400 hour 259D Cat skid steer. Now, our trailer is not gonna hold this and the excavator, so what I'm gonna end up doing is we're gonna take drop one off, go grab the other one, but I'm gonna look for another truck to help, maybe a dump body, I don't know yet, but let's go pay these guys and get up out the way.
Now that we're all loaded up, we're gonna head back to our huge project so we can get it all finished up.
So we're just now getting back. Let's unload the skid steer and get back to work.
Now, I didn't realize because the tractor was much heavier than the skid steer that this gravel slash stone will be so heavy. So it's gonna be a challenge for us to load this into the dump trailer and not tip the skid steer while also trying to get the skid steer down in the little divot right there so it can do its work by not flipping it. We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna get done, don't even worry about it, but let's get started. So we are hopping back in the mini excavator because look at what just happened to me in the skid steer. I could have sworn I almost lost my life, but we're getting back into the mini and we're gonna make a way bigger path because almost flipping our new to us skid steer is crazy.
Okay, just clearing out the last couple bit of loads from here, and we need to go grab the dump trailer because we got a lot of gravel we need to get rid of. So I'm gonna dump this and go grab the dump trailer. Okay, we just made it back with the dump trailer. Oopsies. Let's get ready to dump and make dump runs because this is a lot of gravel we got to get rid of. I think we got at least 4 to 5 loads of gravel to sell, so that'll be amazing.
Now, as we're using the tractor, I'm noticing the tractor becoming a lot more sluggish within the hydraulic system. So I've heard that there is going to be a new mechanic shop opening up sometime this month or maybe next month. So maybe we'll bring it there to get it checked out. But we're going to try to use the skid steer and try to balance with the stone being so heavy and not flipping. Now, as you can see, I'm struggling with the skid steer, but the main issue is the bucket. Now, this bucket has 3,400 liters that can be filled when the limit is about 2,000. So we're gonna end up buying another bucket so this doesn't happen again. So I accidentally hit spacebar one time when I was not tabbed into Farm Sim. So my recording was paused for like the past 30-40 minutes, and I looked over and realized it was paused after we did like 1 or 2 gravel runs, nothing crazy. Like, we didn't make much. We're not making much off of it anyways, but we were still clearing out the area and it was going pretty well, and I'm kind of upset that we missed that chunk of content, but it'll be alright. It's pretty much done, and all we have to wait for is the pool guys to finish their part within the month or so, and we'll go back and look at it. But I don't know, bro, I'm lost for words. So it's been about a month, and our grass pile from doing a whole bunch of landscaping has been piling up, and the pool guys called and said, hey, come over to the park, we're finished right within the nick of time. So let's head over there and see the progression that they made. Within this month time that I didn't know, I was driving over here, we were doing some contracts, and there's a new dealership over this way. Like, it's like a shop kind of dealership. They have a lot of trucks here, and I've been eyeing that dump truck right there. They want about it now. The dowel pin in the 12 valve dropped, so it needs an engine. But I was talking to them. 3,300 bucks for that. What do you guys think for that dump truck right there? What do you guys think? Okay, and now we're pulling into where the pool is, and that looks great. This right here looks amazing. They did their thing with this pool right here. Like, we put the outline for the gravel, and then I like this that they used the slope that we did end up creating. This looks amazing from what it was before. That's the rec league is gonna be happy with what we just did. But it is HBG. We'll be back with another episode later on.